Hey guys, Zara here. So today I'm going to be creating this look which I wore to a girls' night out the other weekend. So to start off, I'm going to prime my skin using the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer, just using this down the center of my face to kind of even everything out, create a really smooth canvas where I have slightly enlarged pores. And then to prime all over my face, I'm going to use a Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. I really like this for my dry skin, but you do have to let it sit for like 5-10 minutes before applying your foundation. To create a bit of a lit from within glow, I'm going to take the Marc Jacobs Spotlight Glow Stick on my finger and just apply that to my cheekbones and down the center of my face as well. And then going over the top, I'm going to use the NARS All Day Weightless Luminous Foundation. I have it in the shade Cadiz, and I'm just going to apply that using a beauty blender. I really like this foundation, but I feel like the undertone's a little off. It's a little bit too yellow for me right now, but I tried to make it work with bronzers and contouring powders and all the rest, so hopefully it's not too obvious. But it photographed well that night, so I was pretty happy with the finished result. For concealer, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Deep Tan. I'm first using this underneath my eyes in like the big triangle shape to just help illuminate and like cancel out my dark circles and all that stuff. And then I'm also going to use it down the center of my face just to kind of even everything out. It looks a little bit crazy if you just have really illuminated under eyes and like nothing else. So I found going down the center of the face helps just make it all look really cohesive. Now, just to help my kind of deep tear troughs, I went in with a little bit of the MAC Prep+Prime highlighter pen. I have it in the shade Bright Forecast, and I just blended that out with a beauty blender just to try and, I don't know, counteract the shadow that gets created by my deep tear trough. And then I'm going to bake underneath my eyes and underneath my cheekbones as well, using the Nye Banana Powder as per usual. Letting that sit for about, I don't know, probably 10 minutes, and then I brushed it away just using this tapered highlighter brush from Sigma, which is like my favorite brush. I don't know what I would do without it. Moving on to, I guess, the rest of complexion. To contour, I used the new Makeup Geek contour powder. This is in the shade Scandal. It's the deepest cool tone shade that they have. I'm carving out my jawline with this, carving out some cheekbones, and just applying what was left on my brush to the sides of my forehead as well. This stuff is really pigmented, so a little bit goes a very long way. So I felt like that was a little harsh, so I went in with my MAC Studio Fix powder. This is in the shade NC50, so it's a deeper, much more yellow shade, and I kind of use that to blend out my contour a little bit. And then for blush, I used the new Makeup Geek blush in the shade Chivalry. I really like this. I think it's much better suited to my skin tone. I think I did a Makeup Geek blushes kind of review and swatch video a while ago, like, I don't know, over a year ago, and none of the shades worked for me all that well. Like, I think I only liked half of them in the end, but I really like the new ones that she's come out with. Next, I'm using the Scout Cosmetics Illuminate highlighter and the accompanying brush, and look at that glow. It looks so natural. Like, it didn't look chunky or glittery or anything in person. It just looked like, I don't know, a really nice glow on my skin. So next I'm going to do my brows using a bunch of the new Benefit Cosmetics brow products. I first conditioned them with the BROWBATTLE conditioning primer, and then to kind of carve out the shape I used the Ka-Brow cream gel. This is like a dip brow pomade in the shade 6. And following the Ka-Brow, just to kind of fill in the front area, I used the Goof Proof brow pencil in 6 as well. So this is like an angular shape pencil, so you can kind of, I go a long ways, and then I turned it to get like a finer tip to kind of create hairs at the front. So setting that all in place with the Ready Set Brow Gel, you guys can see the before and after. I only did my right brow so you guys can see the difference it makes. And this is a little bit of a tag as well. It's a brow battle. So I am going to tag OzProductJunkie, Tina Yong, and Rachael Annear to show us their before and after brow transformations. So girls, get on it, and I'm keen to see what the difference looks like. Moving on to eyeshadow, I'm going to use some new Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I'm first going in with the shade Tiki Hut. This is just like a mustard yellow, and I'm using that as my transition shade because I'm going to go in with a couple of kind of neutral cool tones. So I'm hoping that this will just, I don't know, create like a base warmth for me. Next I'm taking the shade Vintage and applying that all over my eyelid. I would kind of call this like one of those kind of greige shades, but I really like the way it looks on me. And then just on the very outer corner, I'm taking a little bit of Americano, just to create a little bit of depth and a little bit of, I don't know, something so it doesn't look so flat. And then just pinching that same brush, I'm just going to run it along like just the outer part of my lower lash line, just to make everything look a little bit more balanced. Next, I'm using the Bobbi Brown gel liner in black ink. I've had this forever, and I'm just going to create a bit of a wing liner. You guys will see the finished result in a second. For me, wing liner is always like hit and miss on how big it's going to end up getting, but I was really happy with like the length and whatnot. I feel like it was a bit of a medium wing today. Taking that same gel liner, I'm going to apply that into my waterline as well. I just feel like it's blacker and more long wearing than a pencil. And then taking that Scout Cosmetics highlighter from earlier, I'm applying that to my inner corner and my brow bone. Next, to prep my lashes for falsies, I'm using the new Tarte Tartist mascara. I do really like this. I really like how it works on my lower lashes. It grips each one and coats them really well. And then for falsies, I went in with the I Spy Lashes by Danielle Mansutti. These are in the Glam style. They were a little bit difficult to put on, but I got them on in the end. Next, I'm just going to tightline using the Too Faced Perfect Eyes Waterproof Eyeliner in Perfect Black. And then for lips, I went with a bit of a, I don't know, I guess a Kylie inspired shade, but more for my skin tone. So I started off with the MAC lip liner in Hover. This is my favorite lip liner ever. And then over the top of that, I went in with the Bite Beauty Buttercream lipstick in Marzipan. This is the first time using a Bite Beauty product. I have bought lipsticks in the past, but I wasn't a huge fan of them and ended up giving them away. But I'm in love with this one. I'm in love with the finish so much. So that's the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe so you know when I have new videos out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!